Guys, welcome back to another Roughtown Raptors. So what we got in this time? Well, it's another crafter. It's got the usual rust spots up top. A couple of little scabs behind the plastics down here, massive big dent in the bottom that I can see already. General wear and tear. He's put a little bit of vinyl over the where it's going on the back of the C-pillar. So what we're doing to it? Well, it's going olive green with all the trim in black, and he's having a set of nice big chunky wheels delivered, chunky alloys, rough something, I forget the name of them. And then yeah, so it's going for the full swamper look. So it'll look pretty freaking awesome when it's done. Not too much damage on this one, thankfully. Like I say, got the major dent on the other side. We have got some corrosion coming up under here where the thing's on, so I'm going to have to take this off and then see if we can clean up round here, because these are actually bolted through the air pillars, so we can't take these off. I think I'll have a look anyway. I might be able to take it off, but I know the last one I did, they were bolted and bonded. So like I said, we've got the arches on. I may have to pull the arches off to paint them. I know they're usually just double-sided on, but yeah, I'm going to have to rip them off and paint them separate and then stick them back on, because it would look pretty shit, wouldn't it, if I just left them on and then somebody pulled it like that and they came off. You end up with all the water down and you'd see the white behind, wouldn't you? I know some people will do that, but not here. We've got a bit of corrosion coming around on here, which is another usual spot where they go. This pillar isn't actually that bad. A few little speckles just starting, not too bad. So yeah. Oh, back doors, a few little dents down, a couple up top. But that's the major ones that we look round, and then obviously I'll go around with my marker and pick a shitload more that I didn't realise he had. So first job, as it's wet, a little bit wet to start writing on it with markers. So I think the first job is going to be stripping it down. Get all the plastics off, get the arches off, see what's under there, because you never know what it's hiding, do you? There could be corrosion on the arches underneath. Our friend corrosion. Anyway, first job, get it stripped. So we'll get it stripped and then we'll see what we're dealing with. So there's a little bit of corrosion just starting there as well. Yeah, but yeah, another crafter. Right guys, van's all stripped. So now what we need to do is go around with the old Sharpie of Doom and see what we can find. So we took the plastic covers off, and there's a bit of corrosion behind this one, as you can see. Excuse me sandals, it's been a warm day. A little bit of rust there. Obviously we've got the general spots where the rust comes through. On the old magnetised thing. This side isn't actually too bad for dents. Say. One second, a couple of big ones there. Right, so we kind of get the gist, don't we? So there's a couple of big ones, a little bit of rust, and then there's another big one down there with some rust. So, like I say, the bottom one down there where the little space creature's creeping through, whatever it's supposed to be, little monster. At least the doors are straight. So we've got a little bit of rust up here as well. So I think what I'll do, like I say, this could be a while. Oh, there's a massive big dent down there as well. So I'll go around and then see what we can find, and then we'll have a look at the end. So I'll go around and have a look. Oh, incidentally, I've put a bit of filler in them two spots already, because I was repairing one that's inside. Had a bit of filler left over, so I had a couple of dents to fill, so yeah. Right, anyway, I'm waffling. Let's see what we can find. Right, there you go guys. We've been round it with the old Sharpie of Doom. And as you can see, this side, not too bad. A few little pepper dents here and there. Obviously you've got the big dent. Lots of little, mainly rust scabs actually. Quite a few little corrosion bits, as you can see, all these down here. And then if we go around to the front, as you can see from the front, all the top there's quite a few more on there. Once I got up there with the ladders, I'll see a lot more. That has been quite badly peppered, that. A couple of little ones on the bonnet, and then on this side, not too bad really. A few little dents, a couple of little crease there, which is another little rust scab there. And there actually. Didn't see that before. Right. See, I'll always keep finding extra little bits. I'm sure I'll find more as I'm going around, like little rust scabs there. Every time you think you've done, you haven't. Quite good that there isn't actually any there. That's usually a spot where they go, isn't it? Just behind there, which is usually where the bolt hole is. So that one's nice and tidy. Like I say, a major bit of corrosion there, but other than that, not too bad. So the next job I think is get all the rust ground out and get it treated. And yeah, rather than using like the little Furtan stuff now, I'm going to stick with the Deox gel. I think it just seems to work in a little bit better. So yeah, right, let's get grinding. Awesome. Right guys, been round, ground it all out as you've just seen. So now we're going to hit it with the Bilton Hamber Deox gel. I do actually like this stuff, it's not bad. It can be a little bit hard to get off because you're supposed to leave it set for 24 hours. And when it sets, because you're putting it on quite thick, because they reckon about 3 to 4 mil to brush it on. So when it sets and it dries, it can be a bit hard to get off. But I'll tell you a trick, right? Oddly enough, if you use Nutrirust's rust remover, I'm not sponsored by any of these incidentally, but if you use the rust remover, which is basically another rust treatment like the Furtan, the rust remover for some reason actually moves the Deox gel and cleans it up nicely. So it kind of gives it a double hit really. So I'll go around with the Deox gel, leave that on for 24 hours, and then I'll use the Nutrirust to remove the Deox gel, the excess, which will also add a bit more rust treatment to it. So it's kind of double bubble really. So yeah, for the first job, go around with the Deox gel. So it is good stuff this. I do really like this one. After doing the last van, the big blue IV core with it, yeah, I'm quite into this stuff. So yeah, so if you have trouble, if you use it and you have trouble removing it, bear in mind, I tried thinners. Thinners didn't move it, which is a bit odd. But the Nutrirust removed it really easy. Really weird. Anyway, so let's go around and deox it. Awesome. Now, before I go around and deox it, I just need to show you something. So, when I was grinding it out, it's actually put a hole in it there, and this is really badly corroded too. And you can see the foil behind where it's been insulated. Now, the ideal solution for them is a little hole in that one as well. So this little section here, for some reason, has gone really bad. Ideally, you'd want to cut all that out and weld a plate in. Same with like maybe there and definitely there. However, because it's all kitted out, fully insulated and boarded out, it's not an option. So unfortunately I'm just going to have to fiberglass fill it. It's not always the best option, but unfortunately there's nothing else you can do about this. Unless he actually gets someone to weld a plate in behind, but he'd have to strip his build out. The problem you have with the campervan is, because people pile insulation everywhere, like you'll know yourself if you're doing campers, you have it in this mentality that shove insulation everywhere you can, so every nook and cranny you ram it with insulation, all the way down everywhere. So when somebody comes to weld your van, nobody wants to touch them, because they've no idea what's going to set on fire. Like with a normal car, you can move a panel away, you know there's nothing there, so you can weld a panel, nothing's going to set fire. But with the campervan, because people get this habit of ramming insulation everywhere, like they just fill every crack with it, and it traps moisture if they use the wrong one, and it can cause all sorts of problems. But for that reason alone, a lot of people won't touch welding on campervans because they're just too terrified of them going up in flames and it ruining the business. So unfortunately, welding it isn't an option, so we're just going to have to fibre fill it and hope it does alright. Can't use body filler because it's too brittle, so you need fiberglass filler. So we'll fiberglass fill it, possibly might make some sheeting or something, but yeah, we'll do something with it. But unfortunately, welding would have been ideal, but we can't weld it. So yeah, so I just thought I'd show you that before we go around and start treating it all. Anyway, I'll quit waffling and we'll get some rust treatment on it. Right guys, that's all the deox gel put in, so just leave that for 24 hours now, let it soak in, do its magic, and then we can get that cleaned up and get the van scotched and get some body filler in it. And while that's drying, I'm going to tackle some of these dents. So we'll leave that to dry and I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Awesome. Right guys, as you can see, we've been a little bit busy. We've got the van all in primer. If you're wondering why this side's white and the other side was grey, it's because I ran out of grey primer and ended up having to use some white primer. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So I've also done inside the doors, so they're looking a bit nice and tasty now. So yeah, so inside the doors are done too. So what we need to do now is get it back inside and put some colour on it. Anthracite grey, a popular colour on a popular van. Right, let's get it inside and get some paint on the damn thing. Awesome. So, there you go guys, another one done. Check them bad boys out. Another set of the Rogue alloys. Seems to be seeing a lot of these popping up here and there. Nice wheels, good company. So, there we go. Another one, anthracite grey. Dan's in the yard waiting to take it away. He's very happy with it. He's going to go and spend the night at the Peaks in it. He's got his house back. I've made him homeless for a few weeks, so sorry Dan. But all worthwhile, I'm sure. Look at the way the texture dazzles in the light. It's nice, isn't it? Anyway, beautiful. So, anthracite grey. Probably anthracite and olive green are the two most popular colours, for reference. So, anthracite grey. Got some big beastie wheels on it now. Looking proper bad boy, isn't it? So anyway, so there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Stay safe. Stay entertained, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios. See you later, buddy.